Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager. I know this one's going to be exciting for a lot of people because we finally have the Blood Hunter mod available on Mod.io. This mod is made by Lemon Soup here, and I'll be getting into this in just a moment because we actually had a very great week for mod drops. We also got the Way of the Transcendence Monk class by the Wailing Bard. We also got the Shadow Reapers class, the Guardian Fighter. We also got the Scout Rogue. The Lone Wolf feed, which if you've played Divinity Original Sin 2, you'll know that well, fixes some changes to Karlache, Skeleton Familiar, and much more. But the big one is the Blood Hunter. Now, if you don't know what the Blood Hunter is, this is a class that was made by Matt Mercer, and he is the guy who voices Minsk. He also is from Critical Role, if you know that group. Great subclass that was made. It's homebrewed. And it's quite a strong one. It comes with 4 different subclasses. We got the Way of the Ghost Slayer, Lycan Mutant, which is similar to a Polish monster hunter, Geralt of Rivia, and also the Order of the Profane Soul. So I do plan to do a full video on this because people have been asking for this mod for so long. So yeah, I will have a video coming soon, going a little bit more in detail on this class because I think it's a very incredible mod. Now, there's also some patches. There's a Wisdom variant patch, so if you want to use Wisdom instead of the Intelligence there. There's also an Eldritch Adept feat mod, which I'll be featuring a little bit later on. This changes the Agonizing Blast's skill with your spellcasting stat, allowing you to use the Profane Soul, which is like an Eldritch Knight, but a Warlock, and Eldritch Blast using your Intelligence or Wisdom. There's also a feat for every level and a feat on even levels. I know people really like those. It's actually kind of funny. I was going through the comments, and someone requested for a feat for every level, and Lemon Soup actually went ahead and made that. So I'm very excited to go a little bit more in depth about this mod, but we have so many mods to cover today. So next up is the Way of the Transcendent, a Celestial Casting Monk mod by the Wailing Bard. This is as if, like, you know, the Arcane Trickster and the Eldritch Knight are 1/3 casters for their respective class. This is a 1/3 caster for the Monk, getting a little smidgen of the Cleric spells in the mix there. So you get some cool new different abilities here. You get some fun abilities, like you can cast a spell and get your bonus unarmed strike. The kick, which is awesome. You also get the key empowered focus, which allows you to add your wisdom and constitution saving throws to maintain your concentration. This also can expend a key point to force disadvantage on a target saving throw. You can also fly at level 11. This is a really fun subclass for the monk here. Now, I'll be covering this again in a future video because there's a lot of class mods here. Now, I'm a fan of the Shadow Reaper class. Just as soon as October is rolling around, we're getting some Halloween-themed classes and different weapons. So this one comes with Scythe Super Pack, so it's dependency. Gives you a ton of different scythes that you can use in combat. I think this is really cool because it just adds to the flavor of this this class mod, which is a little bit powerful. This is one I'll probably cover in the future, especially if I'll probably do a Halloween-themed mod video. So yeah, it does have level 20 support. It does get overpowered past that, but comes with some different subclasses. I think this is cool by Elma the Dragon. And what's cool is it's actually was made because they enjoyed Eclipse's Iron Revenant class mod, which I've covered previously. I really like this one. So that inspired them to make this class mod. Next up is the Guardian Fighter Subclass. I like Fighter Subclass mods. This is more of like a tanky styled subclass for the fighter here, and you get the ability to challenge and draw enemies aggro towards yourself, and it applies a challenge condition, which makes it so that they cannot target other enemies. Now, that's one of the biggest problems with Baldur's Gate 3 is the fact that if you have any type of tanky class, enemies' AI won't attack them, but this changes it so that it makes you have to attack that target. You also get cool attacks like Spin to Win, unleashing a wide circular attack, Born to Protect. It's a tanky class, and I think this one is quite interesting. So this mod was made by Ruboki here, and it's a fighter subclass. You get that extra attack level 11. Now the Scout Rogue here by Asus_CH. It's a pretty cool one too. So the recreation of the Scout subclass for Baldur's Gate 3, and you can play with the level 20 mod to make this a little bit more powerful. And this is from the Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Now you actually can't utilize one of the special abilities from this, which is whenever a target moves within 5 meters of you, you actually get to you get to actually move. And this, unfortunately, you can't change the turn direction in Baldur's Gate 3. So it made it so that it gives you that extra movement speed on your next turn if you start it while threatened. So I think it's cool. It's a rogue that has a lot of movement speed, as a scout would imply. Now, we also got the Lone Wolf Solo Duo mod here by Ruboki. I really like this because if you've played Divinity Original Sin 2, there's an ability you can take called the Lone Wolf. So if you want to use 1 or 2 players, it really boosts them up to make it so that it's equal to like a 4-person party. Obviously, Baldur's Gate 3, it's best to have multiple party members with you, but the Lone Wolf's Pride Solo, this will give you +1 action, bonus action, and reaction, +4 to armor class, attack rolls, spell save DC, saving throws, and ability checks. And when you kill an enemy, you gain a bonus movement speed for 1 turn, short rest, replenish your spell slots, and other class resources that would normally require a long rest. And once per long rest, you become invulnerable upon taking lethal damage until your next turn, which is pretty cool because if you get bursted down in one attack, this allows you to at least survive till the next one and maybe set yourself up a little bit better with your 2 actions. So I think this is great for those that want to do kind of like a, not so much a challenge run, but like it's, if you want to use 2 players and make it actually balanced, this works well. There's also the duo one, which only gives you a +2 bonus here instead of the +1. So really cool mod. I think this is awesome. So that's the Lone Wolf Solo Duo. Now this mod, Karlache's Broken Horn Fix. Karlache's perfect. We don't need a fixer, but this changes her Broken Horn. This mod is made by Clara from Earth. I think this looks cool, so that's why I want to share it here. That's exactly what modding's about. So it's a what-if situation where Karlache didn't lose her horn. Now this is cool. Skeleton Familiar for Fine Familiar by Chiz Freak here. So yeah, Fine Familiars, they are weak. That's the point of them. The Raven's probably the best, quote, goodest bird. But this one gives us a weak skeleton, so you can use this to throw weapons, improvise weapon attacks. Fine Familiars are pretty weak, and that's exactly what this is about. 7 health points, you got this raggedy shirt on, but he can throw healing potions and things like that for your team. It can also punch. It's not going to be the strongest, but it's also a Pact of the Chain choice there too. I think this is cool, so I just wanted to highlight this one here. And we also got Mayrina's Daughter a Hag outfit. So this is a outfit mod as if Mayrina was, raised by a hag. This is something that she would wear. I think this looks really cool, so I just want to highlight this one here. Always a fan of different outfit mods, but we got one a little bit later on that my character is wearing here now that I think just looks awesome too. So we got lots of great cosmetics here today. Water robes. We got this undead robe. Again, Halloween's coming, so these are perfect because you got a whole spinal column on your back. Now, the 2024 spell list mod here by the Real Zier. So this is a simple plug and play mod. What this does is it adds spell list from Player's Handbook 2024, which is not what Baldur's Gate 3 uses, but this means that like the Bard gets Color Spray, Command, which is a huge boost. They also get things like Mass Healing Word, Slow, Phantasmal Killer, and Hero's Feast, which makes sense for the Bard to be able to provide a feast of pizza. The Cleric also gets Aura of Vitality and Sunbeam. Druid gets Cone of Cold, which is actually a massive buff to the Druid. Fire Shield, Elemental Weapon, Revivify, Aid, lots of great changes there. The Paladin gets some extra spells. Sorcerer gets access to Grease, and nothing too overpowered, but the Sorcerer does get Oluk's Freezing Sphere, which one of my favorite spells in the game, so I like this one. And Wizard gets Speak with the Dead Enhanced ability, so pretty cool mod. Now into the cosmetics, we got the Aurora Head here by Tabble Dabble, so that's what I currently have on my character here. I think this looks cool, and one thing that I want to highlight that I think is awesome about this, so you can see this here, we got Aurora, and the cat eyes is what I like. It's an interesting choice. You can be able to put cat eyes on there, and it changes your eye color depending on what you're going to use. So yeah, there's a few different versions of the Aurora Head here. So this one was meant to look like Michelle Pfeiffer in Lady Hawk. That's the inspiration there. So I think Tabble Dabble does an amazing job. I use their head mods in pretty much every single video with these sculpts. My apologies, folks. This is the 3rd time that my computer has crashed all the way. I'm not sure what's happening right now, but still trying to showcase these mods as best possible. Unfortunately, we're having some issues here, but we also got another head mod here alongside the Aurora Head by Tabble Dabble. We also got the Briar Head by Precious Little Ball Babe. Now, this adds another head to the game, and I like it. It's very innocent, so this is what it looks like. That's the Briar Head there. I really like all the new head mods that we get. I think they're all great because they add a new, when you're playing through a game for like 80 hours, 100 hours, it's good to have a face that's just different, I find, after playing through this game many times. So that's where I think that these mods really shine. So yeah, that is the Briar Head mod there by Precious Little Ball Babe. Next up, we got the Mammon Ring of Gold summons by Jeradim. This adds some summons that are gold. So if you've seen these in the Act 3 there, this now allows you to summon in like the Gold Hellsboar, Gilded Imp, all of them there. Pretty nice. I love summon mods, so it's just another great one. Now, there's another RangerRework mod out here with the RangerRework no space in the middle if you're searching it up. This mod made by Bad to the Bard makes a lot of changes to the Ranger. I may do a full video talking about a bunch of different Ranger mod changes because Ranger is the weakest class, I would say, in terms of overall utility, and it needs a lot of changes. So this one adds a lot of different changes to each of the subclasses. I recently just did a video on the chocolate edition of Baldur's Gate 3, which also has a bunch of changes to the Ranger. So yeah, lots of good mods there if you enjoy the Ranger. Now I like this one. This is the Mystical Vaults Katana mod here by Saniar Cranius. Now I covered a mod last week by them. They made the Coven spells with some spells for those that like ravens. This adds a bunch of different katanas to the game. There's a few other mods like this, but I'm always just a fan of them because the katana is one. There is a katana in Baldur's Gate 3. There's one of them. and that's all there is. It's literally one item. It's no different from a longsword, so it's good that there's mods out there to capitalize on what an awesome, it's awesome to be able to use a katana in Baldur's Gate 3 when it's something that's native to the game. So yeah, this powers them up quite a bit. We also got the wet status rebalance here by Chiz Freak. Now, you know me, I love cold damage builds, lightning damage builds, and they benefit a lot from water because water sets up double damage. This removes the resistance and vulnerability changes. Immunity to burning remains untouched. You now get advantage on attack rolls with lightning or cold effects against wet targets, disadvantage on saving throws rolled by the wet target, and disadvantage on attack rolls with fire effects against the wet target, so that you have disadvantage on attack rolls with like Scorching Ray, advantage on attack saving throws rolled by wet targets against fire spells like Fireball. In short, it makes it easier for lightning and cold-based stuff to affect a wet target, while at the same time making it harder for fire-based stuff. It's just a balance mod. If you find that the wet status is a bit too overpowered and you always use it, it's a good way to do it. Now, on the opposite end of things, we got the ice-themed equipment Frosty Flinger Finery by J. Radicus. I like this. Again, I like cold builds, so this is gear specifically for a cold caster. So this we're going to apply like Encrusted with Frost, and whenever you deal cold damage, you get Arcane Acuity for 2 turns. This is a nice boost. I like the Fire Acuity hat, but now it's Cold Acuity, plus it gives the Cold Brim hat effects. The Cold Snap Cloak create pockets of safety within your evocation spells. Allies will automatically succeed in their saving throws, so giving the evocation wizard abilities, +1 to spell save DC, and Kareska's favor. Love it. If you're standing on an ice surface, start your team, you draw extra power, get an extra action. Starting the turn on ice is really good. +1 to spell save DC. You can't slip on ice, you ignore a difficult terrain, +2 to spell save DC, and Sleet Step allows you to teleport doing cold damage. I think this is really nice, so I just want to highlight this one. Now, this is a great mod. This is made by Freya here, and if you've seen my video earlier this week talking about patch or hotfix number 34, it changed it because previously Nimbus was getting the boost of health from if you played on Tactician or Honor mode, and I like to play on Tactician or Honor mode, so they now made it so Nimbus's health went from 42 to 33 because he got the boost that the enemies would get. The goodest boy does not deserve this. I decided to give him his life back, as any dog person would do. And Splinter HP is also restored. So this dog and Splinter off also get their health boosted. I think it's good because it goes down really quickly. Next up is the Enchanted preset collection by Moonblossom. I always love Moonblossom's mods. I'm just going to go through this one here. If it seems like something that's interesting to you, go check it out and download it. So it's the Aurora Head here. So for elves, drabs, and half-elves, I think this looks really cool. And you got some different options for the eyebrows there. And there's the Serenus here. Looks amazing. And then the Kaidina, another amazing head mod. Ithris, super cool. Silene, and Cephas. And some of them are for Githyanki as well, which I think is nice. So yeah, more head mods. Really great stuff here. And next up, as I mentioned previously, the Lemon Soup's Eldritch Adept feat. So this feat allows you to take one of the Eldritch invocations, which is, I think, pretty strong because Devil's Sight, being able to see in Magical Darkness, is quite powerful. And yes, there is gear that gives you that same ability, but yeah, this is cool. It's good with the Blood Hunter last mod. Super excited the Blood Hunters here. We also got the Tides of Chaos 2024. So this is really excited by the real Zir, because this adapts. I love the Wild Magic Sorcerer. This now makes it so that whenever you use your passive feature, you get advantage on your next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. It gives actual advantage, not just like the re-rolls where it normally would in base game Baldur's Gate 3. But this changes the reaction. The reaction is untouched. It now grants re-rolls if they're needed. And after using Tides of Chaos, a Wild Magic Surge will be triggered on your next spell cast, which I think is great. Instead of the like 45% chance, it's now guaranteed. Really nice. Ranged weapons rebalanced by Chiz Freak. So this changes them based on D&D's ranges and adjusts the damage of short bows and long bows to match light and heavy crossbows respectively. So hand crossbows now are 15 meters instead of 18 meters. And then with the hand crossbow, there's the longbow 18 meters, heavy crossbow 12 meters, short bow, light crossbow 10 meters, and hand crossbow to 4 meters. So pretty cool. I think this is awesome. Rebalances the changes to the overall bow range and changes the damage. So like the light crossbow goes with a 1d8, the heavy crossbow goes with 1d10, and so they'll have the same damage crossbow wise, which makes sense because Larian chose to treat them as the same for the purpose of extra attacks. This makes bows and crossbows more on par with each other. I think this is cool. I'm a big fan of range attacking. Cool stuff. And we also got the Better Fungal Infestations by Crypto Hack here. So this makes the Fungal Infestation zombies now considered a plant as its race. The additional summon receives a Spore Servant, which makes the summon immune to the following: frightening, blinding, befuddled, noxious fume, sleep, charmed, crown of madness, mind mastery, paralysis, and hold person. And the summon is now only resistant to poison damage instead of immune. The immunity to poison damage made it crazy in like Cloud Kill. So this balances it out, makes it a little bit more powerful in certain ways. Now here's the one I was talking about, the Istia's Istishia's Robe Water Woven Outfit by Barry Semifredo. So yeah, this one's cool. This is the one that I was showing off right at the start. It does have dye support too, which is awesome. And there's a few different versions of it. So you can see Shadowheart and my character both wearing it here. There's ones that you can use with your, if you want to use different type of underwear underneath it, you can just do the headwear, the accessories, the cape if you prefer. Yeah, really cool mod. I think this looks nice. The watery outfit kind of looking like the Robe of the Weave in terms of its aesthetic, but made of water. That's super cool. This is one of the coolest cosmetic mods that I've seen. Be the avatar of the Water Lord. This outfit for you. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And finally, this is just a fun mod. Wash Your Mouth Out by Forkira May. So this changes the bar of soap. Instead of using it, you now say eat it. This is just a request on Reddit. I think it's funny, so that's what modding's about. It's funny stuff like that. So yeah, sorry again about the the issues that I was having, unfortunately, filming this video. I will be doing a video on the Blood Hunter because I think this is a mod that a lot of people are really looking forward to. And unfortunately, I think there's some issues with some of the other mods I had with that getting overridden. So yeah, I'll be doing a future video on that, hopefully Monday or Tuesday at some point. But yeah, we got some really great new mods, pretty much something for everyone here. I think between the cosmetics, the different classes, and quality of life, there's some pretty cool mods, plus the fixed in Nimbus. I think this is a great week for mods. Let me know your thoughts though in the comments below. Hope you have a great day, and we'll catch y'all in the next one.